What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sold Out. And on today's episode, you're probably wondering what I have in front of me. This is the box that it came in. Gotta give it away right there. This is the Cosmic Unity 3 plain box, pretty much recyclable box. Got a few things on the inside. You can see the message right there. Now you guys know I've already used these sneakers. Now jumping right into the weight of the sneaker. It's going to be heavier than shit. This feels definitely every bit of 14. Yeah, I'd say every bit of 14. Might even be higher than that. It feels very similar to the older LeBrons, the heavier ones. Let's get a weight. 15.1 for a size 8, which is pretty substantial. That's a heavy shoe. I could feel it on foot, but yes, it was definitely noticeable on foot. So if you're a guy that likes to play in a light sneaker, this possibly might not be the sneaker for you. But jumping right into the review, guys, working our way from the top down to the bottom as we always do. Heel slip in comfort was great. There's actually a lot of pretty nice things about this sneaker. I didn't care for the weight, but this right here, this collar right here does absolutely nothing. It doesn't hug your ankle or anything. This boot kind of inside the sneaker, once you look down on it, is actually very, very plush. Very nice foam in there. It's basically, I'm going to say like a memory foam. I think Nike did a good job with the padding. Heel lockdown was phenomenal. No issues with heel lockdown at all. Down onto laces. Laces were the oval laces, and I actually like oval laces. They're not the highest end. They're just, normal oval laces. Why you wouldn't give a higher end lace in a $170 sneaker, I'm not sure, but it is what it is. Now, down onto the tongue. The tongue was probably one of my favorite parts about this sneaker. It almost kind of resembled the LeBron 20 style tongue right here. It just looks basically like a rubber or a neoprene in there. And I'm pretty sure that is a neoprene tongue. It felt so good on foot. There's no porting in it. I know I always preach for porting on the tongue and all that stuff, but the tongue felt great. It stretched when you pulled it up. It didn't slip around or anything. You can see how it's kind of locked in there by them the lace locks right through there. So I absolutely love the tongue on the Cosmic Unity 3. No issues with the tongue. Now down onto materials. Materials were wild on this. I'm just gonna get the aesthetics right out the way before we get into materials. This shoe is ugly as shit. Like, this shoe is giving me grandma's sweater type vibes. Like, it looks like a grandma knitted this and just threw a bunch of leftover shit together. Not hating on the grandmas that do that. I'm just saying that's kind of what it looks like. You got yarn type vibes all over it. I'll give you guys some B-roll so you guys can see. They're saying it's like a fly wire and mesh. You can see the mesh kind of runs right through here all the way around. And then you got the fly wire type cables on it. It's similar to what was on the Luka, basically. So if you guys are familiar with the Luka 1, you can see it right here. That is not glued on. That's stitched. So the materials are pretty freaking heavy duty. Far as being a breathable sneaker, wasn't the most breathable sneaker. There's literally like fly wire or flight wire all the way around the sneaker. Every part of the sneaker's got like some kind of stitching on it. This right here. So yeah, at the end of the day, I really did not care for materials. I do think they will last though. Like, I definitely think they will last and they will be durable. Like, if you could get this in a black colorway and take it outside, I think it would last quite some time. I'm going to get into that in a little bit on if I would play with this outside. It is basically an outdoor sneaker. It says bring it outside right on the back tab. But there's some other issues with this being an outdoor sneaker, and I'll get into that in a minute. But materials, I like the materials. I just didn't like the design. This color is hideous. The white color actually wasn't that bad, but like I said, I don't like wearing white basketball shoes. I tear them up quick. And if you're a hooper, I don't care who you are, you're going to tear white sneakers up quick. So I'd like to see some other colorways because a few that I've seen with this are hideous. But as far as materials, they are pretty top-notch materials, and I think the sneaker will be very durable on the upper. On the support and lockdown was great. No issues whatsoever. There's so much knitting and mesh running through here. You're not going to have no issues with support. Lockdown felt great. No issues with my foot moving side to side. Now down on the U sizing, guys. This is definitely going to be an excellent sneaker for wide footers. Wide up top, wide right here. It definitely gives you kind of some of the Ja Morant vibes. Like, I don't like looking down to a wide sneaker. I have a narrow foot, so it just looks funny. It looks like big, bulky, and it actually felt bulky on foot too. But size, I went true to size. Had a snug fit. and no issues with the side-to-side wiggle in the foot or anything like that. Now down on the cushion. So I'm a huge fan of the Air Zoom Strobel. I got my Cosmic Unities are actually in my bag right now. I was going to play with them the other day. Them are one of my favorite sneakers of the year. I love the Cosmic Unity too. It was a great sneaker. So I was expecting this to be up there too, and they switched it all up. I wanted the Air Zoom Strobel, and they gave us this drop-in midsole, which, by the way, I absolutely love drop-in midsoles. This one, however, it doesn't feel bad because you get the compression from this foam right here. So as far as cushion, the cushion feels good on foot, but like if they just kept the Air Zoom Strobel for 170 bucks, y'all should have kept the Air Zoom Strobel. It would have probably been unreal. This sneaker would have felt very similar to like a GT Cut, I think. Probably not as good as the GT Jump, but it would have felt like a GT Cut. And I love the cushioning on the GT Cut. Or they could have at least put some air here. This basically is just Phylon. I thought this was going to be super heavy. I'm going to weigh it real quick. I'm going to say it's under 2. It's 2 exactly. So, I mean, that does add a little bit weight, but nothing crazy. Like the move insoles are like 1.5, I think. So they didn't really do that bad with all the materials that they got on this, but it seems like it's made of Phylon. They said it's for like a cloud-like feel. It doesn't feel cloud-like. Like you can see, it's pretty dense. It basically feels like the foam on the Zion 1s. My feelings on the Zion 1s is that Phylon was crazy hard, but with this foam and this foam combined, it isn't that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. It wasn't. So as far as the cushioning goes, it really wasn't that bad. And you still get a nice response out of the forefoot. Now, down onto traction. $170 sneaker, got to be great traction. Wrong, it's not. Traction was not that good on the Cosmic Unity 2. And I know they're pushing to bring it outside, but my thing is with this, like, why in the hell am I trying to bring a $170 sneaker outside? Ain't nobody trying to do that shit. I don't care if you're not in high school and you don't live with your parents. If you're a college kid, ain't no college kid buying these for $170 and going to hooping them outside. I mean, at least any college kids that I know, I don't think that's really going to happen. Do I think this would be a great outdoor sneaker? Yes, this might be one of the best outdoor sneakers of the year, but it's kind of hard to put it in that category when it costs 170 bucks. Like, I feel they'll last you through the summer. I mean, these are tanks. These might even get you through a couple summers. If you're just hooping in summer and you put shoes up, might not be bad. You can see the traction pattern, and it almost has another pattern underneath this pattern if you were to wear it out. You can almost see the ripples and lines. I'll get a B-roll on there so you guys can see a little bit closer. So even when this kind of wears out, the next layer of tread is going to catch. So it's really your preference. Do you want to spend $170 on a sneaker to play outside? That's up to you guys. I wouldn't spend $170 on this either way. The traction was not good enough for me to say, hey, I want to go spend $170 on another pair of these. Unfortunately, the traction slipped out multiple times. Even on a clean floor, it still slipped a little bit. So that was kind of a bummer. I had high hopes for the Cosmic Unity 3 and the traction on it. So down on my recommendations, I basically just gave you guys a rundown. If you want to spend $170 on an outdoor sneaker, this is definitely going to be your sneaker. Stay away from the whites. Wait till the darker colors come out. I preach that to everybody. I don't know why companies preach outdoor sneakers and then they're like, hey, we got new outdoor sneakers, let's drop a white sneaker. No. Like, I know some kids just can't hold off and can't wait to get that next colorway or wait till a darker colorway comes out. But my advice to you guys, or even adults, if you're getting an outdoor sneaker, do not get white, like, ever. It ain't worth it. You run through it super quick. Get a dark blue, a red, a black, just something dark that just don't show as much scuffing, as much of the tears, and the tears the freaking outsole up quick too as well. I mean, color has nothing to do with tearing the outsole up. Either way, the outsole's getting tore up. It's if you're hooping on cement. If you're hooping on like a rubber court or something like that, your shoe, you'll definitely get a couple seasons of outdoor play in this. But overall, I think the durability's good. The cushion wasn't as bad as I thought. I love the neoprene tongue. The tongue was awesome. I hope Nike does that a lot more on future sneaker releases. I'd like to see that. Like, if they put this tongue on like the GT Run, I would have no issues with that. I hope the GT Run gets another model. And I am going to do a versus video versus the Cosmic Unity 2s and the Cosmic Unity 3s, just so you guys can see the differences in the Cosmic Unity 2s on sale. Or you could go get this. Like I said, I don't think you'll be mad if you're getting this for an outdoor sneaker and you don't give a shit about money. cop it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Comes with a drop-in. The drop-in isn't bad. Yeah, your foot won't slide around in this or anything like that. This grips the sock pretty good. I had no issues with this slipping. The traction just slipped out here and there. So, and I'm just not trying to have that, especially when I'm spending 170 bucks. I feel like I'd be better off going to get the LeBron Next Gen, or you guys would be better off going to get the LeBron Next Gen. So when it comes to the Cosmic Unity 3, I really just wouldn't recommend it. For indoors, not at all. For outdoors, maybe. Like I said, you don't give a shit, go cop it. You won't be mad. But guys, this is my rundown of the Cosmic Unity 3. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next episode of Sold Out. Peace.